Davis, time winding down. Are they going to get the ball up in time? Clark for the win. Yeah! She does it time and time again, the 40-piece, and walks off with the W.
Listen, this is what Caitlin Clark does, folks. Logo threes, it's her signature. That is the most Caitlin Clark way to win a game.
Martin looking. Here's Clark. She fires, and it goes! She hit it! Wow!
Screen, another screen, more McNeil trying to get around, runs into Sonato, and just look at that, off balance, going to the right. Doesn't matter if everyone knows whose hands it's supposed to be in. Magic happens when magic happens, and we've seen it a lot with Caitlin Clark.
And a legendary career adds another page in the legend.
Scored more points there in this game than in that loss. Clark knocks it in.
And in preparations for this game.
And Clark, I think, gets a technical foul. And she does. She made the three and was going back. It felt like she was talking to herself. She wasn't necessarily, in my opinion here, taunting anyone. But if she makes the three and weak, I feel like that
Times in the days leading up to preparation for today's game, they remember, even though Caitlin Clark wasn't on that team, many of the players were. They remember that score. They remember what that felt like. And you're seeing the response to that today.
And with the basketball, little inside out, and it's good. Clark again.
Back inside. Oh, good ball movement. And it's busting out here for the Phoenix Mercury as the Fever have rattled off the first of 6. The WNBA Friday Night Spotlight on Ion. Here is Clark off the screen, launches, and
extremely difficult. Just one, not only physically, but also mentally staying in it. Extremely difficult to stay mentally into it. What a great finish.
Future teams probably with the player she's guarding right now, Caitlin Clark, who finds Nalissa Smith. Playing against themselves, practicing these type of 20-year veteran Diana Taurasi dialing back. Diana with the 4th fastest pace of play, and that suits Caitlin.
To her, really get out in transition, see if you can get some early quick buckets.
Oh, Clark hit his man, and that 3 ball falling.
Man, a beautiful. And one thing about shooters, when they see 1 or 2 go in.
Here's Mitchell, oh, behind the defense. One of her prettiest of the year. The WNBA Friday Night Spotlight is presented by State Farm. Tyrese Halliburton, who led the NBA in assists. Of course, Caitlin Clark here tonight. When Clark had that length of the court pass.
Head coach Christy Side said it was important just to get her feet underneath her. But to no surprise, you guys.
Extracurricular here. Mitchell and Natasha Cloud. To the shot that she took from Cloud, which whether it's a flagrant or a technical.
Bucket.
Clark attacking, gets inside, working over Cloud, draws the foul.
Into the paint, staying poised, trying to figure out where the defense is at.
Here in the 3rd quarter, Clark step back on a deep 2. Oh, gets the shooter. Clark. Does Clark see the clock? Hand off Samuelson. Who buries the throw?
Quarter coming in as we return.
Clark off the screen, finds some space, and delivers. Clark fires away. That will not count. Wants it. E-Dub wants it. Double digits.
Yeah, you have to be able to, not a trap, but you got to
She got into foul trouble against Michigan, fouled out.
Clark, oh yeah! Off to a...
Both teams have it. Caitlin Clark!
time, though. You said it.
Well, Shelley almost got to steal. How about Clark? Oh, she is so smooth.
Follow through, but it won't drop in. Clark.
Got it!
Clark, one of those distance attempts, rings it up. Look.
Has done enough on the offensive end to not let Iowa run away as they've been efficient. Clark connects, plus the foul.
She's open now. Caitlin Clark puts her over the 20 mark.
Clark will fire. You bet! From O'Hare, Caitlin Clark surveying, firing, and hitting.
And both of these teams very willing and capable of pushing in transition and scoring quickly.
Here's Clark working around Fletcher. Caitlin Clark has Iowa on the board first. Great box out from Boston. Another chance here for Iowa, though. Sedano, the spin, and the finish. Saxton has the position inside, surrounded and just taken away by Sedano. Clark, the get-ahead, right in the lap of Warnock for two.
.37% of Caitlin Clark's assists come in transition.
That foul was on Saxton. South Carolina, a very deep team. Clark looking to turn the corner, lays it in through the contact for Caitlin Clark.
Playing off some players, contesting others. Caitlin Clark has not seen that kind of defense all year long in terms of the power of Aaliyah Boston, but able to get by and finish.
Zaya Cook off to a terrific start here in the semifinals. Clark will fire and hit from three.
South Carolina trying to deny Caitlin Clark. Much easier said than done. Here's one of her deep threes. And because of their bigs' ability to switch on the perimeter defensively, Dawn Staley can go with this giant lineup inside.
Clark turns the corner and lays it in. 9 points for Caitlin Clark.
She's done the work, and Zaya Cook has been the mentally strong player here in the first quarter.
Clark, great look. Sedano lays it in.
Orchestrate, make beautiful passes that lead to easy buckets.
Iowa take advantage. Remember, South Carolina, unlike most teams that make it this far, are extraordinarily deep. Sedano lays it in on the delivery from Clark.
Logo threes, it is her ability to facilitate, to find open.
And unlike Boston, Clark is going to remain on the floor. Clark fading and hitting. Sydney a falter, gets it into the arms of Clark. Clark gets it across the timeline. A deep three is good!
You try to deny Caitlin Clark the basketball because with it in her hands, her range is almost limitless. This is good defense by Raven Johnson. Caitlin Clark.
Clark dumps it to Sedano on the roll, serves it in. Outstanding crew, including Carolyn Peck, honored at halftime, headed to the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. So will she someday. Caitlin Clark buries the three. First three of the game for South Carolina. Stokey running on the other end, lays it in. On the dime from Clark.
Get-ahead passes, and so many this season from Caitlin Clark have landed in the arms of Hannah Stokey.
Clark has 2 fouls herself as Marshall comes back for the steal. Here is Clark. Clark spinning into the paint, gets to the cup, and reverses it in. Just cannot grab a defensive rebound.
Caitlin Clark just going around here. Fletcher, the tough finish.
Boston spins, flips, can't finish. Rebound into the arms of Marshall. Here is Clark. Clark goes around Fletcher. The leaner is good. Delivering tonight. Caitlin Clark continues to shimmer. 23 points, 7 assists. Clark into the paint. Stops. Dishes. Warnock connects. three.
The overpowering size and strength of South Carolina at every position.
Clark has the mismatch. Oh, Caitlin Clark. Now you see her, now you don't.
The big and feet on the other. Caitlin Clark knows she's got 6'7" right there. What do? Boop, step right through. Masterful once again. A great give and go between your big 6'7" Cardoso, easily passing it over to 6'5" Boston.
Clark gets a clean look and knocks it down. Clark, eyes up, using the screen from Sonato, bounces to her on the roll for two. Here's Clark. A deep one. You bet! Caitlin Clark!
With 31 points, you know she loves the right to left crossover. We've seen multiple times in this game the defender right there, and it still results in three.
Clark burning by Beal. Caitlin Clark lays it in. Clark curling around. Clark trying to work around Beal. She does. Caitlin Clark has 35.
Here comes Clark. How will she go for history? There it is! The all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball. Got to get another look at. She said she wanted to get it from the logo. Caitlin Clark on a mission.
The most Caitlin Clark way to get a bucket. I mean, we are talking well inside the middle of the MediaCom logo. You have a hand down when she crosses half court. Caitlin Clark has been making people pay since her freshman year in Iowa City. This shot is an elite shot, a layup for Caitlin Clark. Nobody else in the country that's an elite shot for. There are different rules for Caitlin Clark.
Clark trying to go for more. Yes! She times them out, sets her feet.
Williams is coming off a massive game for Michigan. She was 23 points, 3 rebounds.
Again! Stop it!
Right now, she is putting on a complete another show. That's the same spot she broke the record with, by the way, folks. Layup, and that's her signature. She loves to go right to left on that step back.
I get math, but I use a calculator sometimes. That's 4.5 games. Keep it coming.
Gotten the ball inside every single possession almost. They've had it.
Iowa playing zone about 15% of the time. It leads to a fast break. She's at 23. We'll keep counting.
Nice heads-up play by Clark, just being in the right place at the right time to finish the layup on the other end.
And we've got goals here. We want to win this basketball game.
How about 23 first quarter points? I mean, are you kidding me?
5 assists already after that one. Clark serving. She looked at the basket. How'd she get it down to Stolke? Spectacular finish.
Felt like a lot of contact too, but Hobbs still somehow finding her balance.
It's up. It's good.
Love her commitment to teaching defense. Michigan consistently one of the best ball screen defenses in the conference. It's tough to go against.
Marshall gets it to go. Clark is looking. Who does she see? Marshall. She had all the time. He's already in this half. She can get hot.
Transition threes are one of the hardest plays to guard in basketball. Marshall stops at the three-point line. That's like a layup for her. Shoulder squared, feet set. Caitlin Clark gets more excited when her teammates score off of her passes than when she scores.
Now. Clark to the rim. A blue to put all of this into perspective and shout out her teammates as she goes for a 30-piece. 31, start of the third quarter.
That's when they could get the ball inside, but it's difficult to have success against Caitlin Clark when she gets the ball in these types of situations. But it's made a world of difference. And talking to different Big Ten coaches, they have all said Iowa has improved drastically defensively.
8 threes for Caitlin Clark. More of a formal celebration once this game ends. Clark keeps coming. 38. Add it to the total. Bobbles it. Taken away by Iowa. Caitlin Clark asking for the basketball. Slices it down with the bounce pass before the buzzer. Clark has Woodson on her. Little step back, then goes right back to the cup hole.
Step back and hesitation dribble forces Woodson to come out of her stance and gives Clark the advantage to get downhill at the rim.
Dancing.
Resume boosting signature win against Ohio State earlier this season.
A new career high. A new Iowa women's basketball record. We're going for them all.
That it could not be more in rhythm for Caitlin Clark, coming off 1-2 step, Sierra style, shoulder squared, feet set. And she just set all sorts of records this evening.